All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Dr. Joseph H. Vertino, and this is a guided meditation with me. Each of these are about one archangel. So the archangel for this one is Archangel Azrael. Archangel Azrael is for the zodiac sign of Capricorn. And the topic for this guided meditation is discipline, which can be very intimidating. And I pray that you don't shy away, obviously, that you endure this meditation. And I use quotations because I'm very, very good at my job as a meditation guide. Yes, but who knows what personal experiences will occur, obviously. And I have some link here in the post a comment section of my material and some info on myself, which I will post now so that you have it. So that should be there. Let's see. Okay, there you go. There's some stuff in there. Yeah. All right. Anyways, so this meditation, I aim for it to be at least 25 minutes or so. Like I said, we're gonna, well, I guess obviously, if people don't know what's going on, they're like, what do I do? Right? I have the video on, I don't know what I'm doing. What do I do? Well, basically, I'm sitting here and I'm not standing, right? I'm not doing yoga. I'm not doing Tai Chi Qigong. I'm not doing Reiki, right? I'm not drinking water, but I'm in a, seated position and I am intentional, right? So that's basically all that would be, I guess, the guidelines, right? So we're here with each other, and the intention would be our improvement. And then that's basically what it is. And yes, so I'm gonna have my eyes closed probably the most of the time. Yeah, and that'll be the end of me, giving instruction to you in context of formalities of meditation. And so let's go into this together with Archangel Azrael. Not quite the medicine of God, but what would be, I don't know the exact words, but I do know the resonance, right? So, the Archangel of Death and mental stability. So if you think of the zodiac sign of Capricorn, that's appropriate. Capricorns typically don't have what would seem like a fear of death, but they have a particular kind of, almost like a steel-toed boot kind of, perspective on death. And then also the obviously the aspect of discipline and doership is also very, very important, in the sense that Capricorns are very, very clearly about doership. And then obviously that's tied to discipline. So let's begin our guided meditation together. Like I said, or like I didn't say, I pray that you have a great time in this meditation, that it can be relaxing rather than assertive. And only true disciplined beings would be able to guide in such a way that achieves that prayer. And there very much is a reason I'm praying. I very much do believe in God. Anyways, so let us, or me rather, begin. Oh. So, to understand discipline, We would have to be in a place where we are in alertness. If you understand the root of the word discipline, it comes from the root of the word disciple. And if you think of, so what is that about? A disciple. It's not about someone who plays disc golf. So what is the root of the word? Disciple. So, for example, Jesus Christ, the Ascended Master, had disciples, but what did they do? What were they more like after they became disciples? The answer is alert. So, if you look at something and you're just looking at it, and in that energy, there is the root of awakening. And then for me, personally speaking, on my journey, that motivational factor was the root of my discipline in that way. Meaning that we mentioned earlier in the word intention, right? So we're sitting and we're also intending, right? And the intending is our improvement, which is what is called the proper positioning of mind. And that understanding that, as I mentioned earlier, it is more appropriate for us to allow, right, rather than force, or I didn't quite say that exactly earlier, but to allow relaxation to manifest. And if you ask anyone who is disciplined, who has gotten to a place what we can call a plateau of discipline throughout their lifetime as an individual, they will tell you that you begin to relax into it. That you being in the place of being a disciplined being is not a choice after a certain amount of time, in the sense that you are going to be disciplined or not going to be disciplined. So the real thing for us to understand is, even though we are alone in the sense that we're all individuals, discipline, a beautifully underrated, or not even underrated, but a passed by aspect of discipline that is utterly beautiful and sweet, is that when beings are disciplined, you're achieving goals, yes, but you understand that because of that discipline, there's a sense of safety, right, and deepening of spiritual. The spiritual heart begins to become more nourished in that energy field. That you being at that place of, for example, if you are a person and you go into a situation where there is another being, and that being is more disciplined than you, and you notice that maybe after the experience you'll notice or account, I allowed myself to be with that I recognize this person was more disciplined than me. Um, and I'm okay. I'm not injured. I didn't get a stab wound, right? Um, and that it's okay that you have that recognition in your soul that there's another being who is further along than you. And since that experience was okay, you are now enabling yourself alone, only you, to now encounter more of those experiences, more of the experiences that bring you uh, towards um, that set your feet on the right path. So to stay. As we allow more light to come in, just like we allow the experience of there being a being who is more disciplined to have entered our personal experience, we are coming into a straightening rather than a confusion or a wibbly wobbliness. As a master healer, a Reiki master, in the tradition known as Usui, my greatest discipline is that and that alone. And I recognize the fact that uh, of self responsibility every day. And I allow my mind to be invested in this work being what is occurring right now, in this guided meditation about discipline with Archangel Azrael, the Archangel of death and mental stability, for the sign of Capricorn. So you understand that the two things to look out for when you are active and you are in that uh, place of doership, the two things are death and mental stability, instability, rather. So those two things would be the direct things that would obviously impede or permanently halt your doership. So right now we are in meditation and we aren't doing. But what's going on is we're bringing awareness into our person so we know that we're going, so to speak, do again. So if we know that that's a fact, what we're doing right now is healing and restorative because it's allowing and bringing love into a place in ourself in context of our own personal doing nature. That the more that we encourage growth and alertness, we are making God happy. And there's a reason that we have 5 limbs: a head, left arm, right leg, and left leg. There's a reason, and the reason is because we are human beings that do. We do things. And that's inescapable. So in this time, so far we're at 17 minutes. We are um, allowing ourselves to make peace with ourself. And the if you understand that when you're when you're in a place of doership, it's better off that all of you is invested in it. So if you're going, say you go to cut the grass after this, and as you are doing that task, allowing yourself to be more alert, allow the total alertness to happen. That there is no chance of me hitting a rock with the lawnmower. There is no chance of me running over the borderline with the mower. That as you hear my words, which are mine and mine alone forever, and I know that, and I'm proud of them, and I know the power of words and communication, as you hear them, allowing Just allow the truth in it to ring. That's all. As you allow that truth, the truth that it's possible in every moment to take your alertness and have it be placed in with you. That's all. That consciousness is not a thing that you can do. It is not something that you can outrun or that you can purchase. That the and then the understanding of the true value of discipline is understood. You understand that discipline is a naturally arising thing, grace, in context being the inescapable yet unattainable, mysterious consciousness. That discipline, your focus becomes switched, and that switch is what we could call sanity. I know that I am loved. I know that you are loved. I know I love you. And I know that there is value in every single being. And that there is a way, there's a way to be at peace all the time. And what you need is called wisdom. It's the only possible way. And if you understand that, when you are on the path of what we can call honest work, God will never, ever mislead you. And that if you were misled, it was not God. So the more that what I recommend at the end here, this has been such a fecund guided meditation. Fecund. I'm an author. Uh, and the word fecund means to be full. It's such a full, there's a fullness in this meditation. Because I have not lacked discipline is the reason for that fecundity. And because I know my dharma is the reason for it being seen, being posted. Self-knowing, self-awareness. It's the same reason Lord Buddha, Siddhartha Gautama, moved So, in that understanding, may we have a peaceful time today. Pray over the rest of our week, so to speak. Thank you for Archangel Azrael, the Archangel of Death, and mental stability. Obviously, it wouldn't be instability in that way unless it meant to remedy to end it. How about this as a good prayer at the end? Thank you, Lord, for the beginnings and endings of, I guess we could say, nearly everything in your creation. May we come to terms with that fact. Thank you so much, Lord, for the sign of Capricorn. Thank you for our 5 limbs. Thank you for making me personally disciplined. Thank you so much for other people's senses. Thank you, Lord, for giving us this existence and the purpose, the humility to understand, to be willing to learn from others. And how about new experiences and second chances? Thank you so much for tuning in. We're at 32 minutes. Why don't we take a series of 5 good deep breaths, and then we will end our guided meditation. All right. Thank you for tuning in to this meditation. I do love you, and may you know your worth.